Thank you, everybody. I had to put this together at the last second, as you're well aware here. So I've just kind of put some tear sheets on the tables for you to have a look at here, if you want to follow along with what I've got here. I'm going to take a little bit different approach to what we're doing. We're always talking about what not to do. I'm going to talk about what to do if you want to get robbed. Make it nice and simple, because I see this daily. Going out to people's homes, it's amazing what people do and how easy it is for thieves to really take advantage of these things. So number one, let them inside. I've had 3 people so far posting on some of the neighborhood watch pages that I belong to, where people are coming to the doors and asking for random people, random addresses that don't exist and so forth there, and once they're asking a few questions, are then going the opposite way from where the directions were given and so forth there. So don't let strangers inside. They will prey upon your generosity. Don't allow city workers and so forth access to your bathrooms. This actually happened. Someone let someone in, they used the washroom, they unlocked the bathroom window, and someone gained entry into that home later that evening. So it's amazing. Again, we're trying to do the right thing, try to be the better person, and that person takes advantage of that situation. Something to think about. Only lock the front doors. It's common in my complex where I live in a townhouse complex. It's so easy to get used to just locking the front door. Leave the back door unlocked. It's great for the kids if they're coming home from school, but guess what? Someone else is watching you as well. And again, it's not uncommon to have people coming in the back door. Another case of a home that was left this way, someone went in, ransacked their back room, they lost about $10,000 worth of their personal belongings. So again, little things make a big difference. Answering the door for strangers. This is where this guy comes in, our Sky Bell. Okay, actually have a new style, oops, wrong way through. We have a new style, this one with a new traditional slimline design, like the regular rectangular shape now. So basically it's a video doorbell with built-in motion sensor, and it has 2-way voice communication. You do not need to answer the door, you can now communicate them. It will push a notification to your smart device, computer, or what have you, and you can now ask that person what they're doing, what would they like, and you don't have to deal with someone trying to force entry into the home as well. So nice little thing, and around $400 for the installation.
From anywhere in the world?
Anywhere in the world, as long as you've got cell coverage or Wi-Fi. Yeah. Yeah. So you've got that. So now, using a front porch flower pot. Don't see this as often, thankfully, with the key box buried in the sand. Not a good idea. May as well just leave the door key hanging on the mailbox. It's just about the same thing. They will look for it. Leave out the kids' toys. This is one I didn't think of. My kids are notorious for this, for having 4 of them. Basically, it's an invitation again. They see the shiny toy outside, they think there's more shiny toys on the inside. And in most cases, they're not mistaken. Another one here, reveal your new purchases. This actually comes out of my last position. Christmas time, people getting installations of home audio systems and TVs and so forth, and when they want to get rid of the box, instead of putting it in the garage, they leave it at the curb. Great advertising. Come take my TV, right? So just again, be mindful of those sort of things there. Brag about vacation. How many of you have posted going off to Mexico for 3 weeks? Come rob my house. Okay. Open the shade. This is actually a great thing I've been using to help generate business for Pelty. When people are, in their homes and so forth, they don't realize the window is 2 ways. You know what? You can see out, they can see in a lot of cases, and with the right lighting, you're inviting someone in. It's like, oh, look at the TV on the wall. Oh, look at the speakers over there. They've got great looking bookcases. I wonder what's in there, and so forth. Again, it's a nice, easy way for someone to case your home without you even being aware that they're casing your home. So use blinds. Great way to plug your new part of your store, and again, use the privacy film and so forth as well too. And last, I told you I was going to talk about ladders. Leave out your ladders and tools. Even if you're out in the backyard, in the morning or what have you, all it takes is that one, whoops, I forgot to bring my ladder in. Next thing you know, you've got someone monkeying up the back of your house and trying to break into the top floor bedroom window because you forgot to close it, or you left it open, and so forth there. So that's basically the top 11 ways to get robbed, should you want to. One thing I brought a little display for you guys as well too, just to sort of show off some of the systems that we had. I was hoping to have it out here, but time just didn't work in my favor this morning. But I want to let you know, I'm running a promotion on our link system. Now, this is for folks who have existing homes, where they're finished. You don't want to start running wires all over the place, keep the cost down. This is gonna come with an alarm panel. This is gonna come with a motion sensor for the home. Again, this is wireless. And 3 contacts, which could be doors or windows or combination of the above. The system has the capacity of up to 64 wireless contacts, so it can be scaled to whatever you want. That system is normally $1,120 in that configuration. I'm gonna be doing a promotion for the next 2 weeks at $499 with installation included, with a 3-year monitoring agreement signed. So I've got to set myself a personal goal of 15 of these units. If you guys can help me with that, that would be greatly appreciated. Any questions?
Where does having a dog door fall into that list?
It's they can crawl right through in a lot of cases, but with the home security system, we actually have pet-friendly motion sensors that actually look at the beams, basically how many beams are crossed. So they're usually good for up to about 80-pound dogs, some people 3 feet tall. So even with a big dumb dog like mine, it doesn't set off the alarm basically. And you can also set your systems up too for what we call alarm stay mode, which basically disables the motion sensors on the inside of the house so that the dog can roam freely, but all your perimeter points are still protected. So you still have full protection at the outside of the home. And just to touch on this a little bit too, a lot of people are coming to me looking for camera systems. Cameras are not security. They are surveillance, okay? They will offer a level of protection to a degree where you can catch someone, but if they're coming into your home, guess what? That security camera is just gonna capture them busting down your front door. It's not gonna do anything else for it. And if you buy cameras, please buy the right type of camera. Many businesses and homes who are being burglarized cannot prosecute the people who have broken into. I've seen this 3 cases now, where the footage is not usable because the lenses that they put on the cameras were inexpensive. They just put the cheapest thing they could find in the home, and as a result, they're not able to prosecute, and that person now walks free. So talk to us if you'd like to talk about getting into a better quality camera system that's gonna surveil and you can monitor remotely and so forth. Yes?
Your special there with, it also does home automation?
That
It
is-
ties into it?
Yes, it is. It's actually automation ready. So this is actually a smart home ready system, which means that I can add some external components to this piece, which now enable it to tie into garage door openers, into thermostats, into window shade controls, into water pump controls, into a number of different things. So you still have control of your home. We can turn a light on randomly. You can turn on the porch light, for example. You can lock and unlock the doors remotely. And the nice thing about these sort of systems here too is it can all be controlled by,
I know your code now.
by an app. So you can actually control the system remotely as well. So as long as you're in cell coverage, you can actually see the status of your home. So for example, right now it shows me as being disarmed, and like I was talking before, you have alarm stay and arm stay. Basic difference is with the motion sensors, one has them active, one doesn't. So you have the ability to walk through freely, okay? And then tying into the home automation, you can see how nice and simple this interface is. So I can set my temperature, I can lock the front door just by touching this here, as long as I've got the correct doors in place, okay? Lighting and garage door, window covering, and so forth here, so I can just hit this down or up, and it actually shows me what it's doing. So this all ties in again wirelessly, so it's less intrusive and again keeps the installation cost down to a minimum. So you can get yourself into a smart home without paying massive amounts of money. This stuff is actually very, very affordable.
Does the Sky Bell record all the time or only when it's?
It records when it will actually push only when it gets motion in front of it. So if something crosses its motion detector, that's when it pushes. Gary actually caught
Gary's was, yeah, I was trying to figure out his video.
Yeah, so what basically happened was he had a young fellow coming to his door at 3 a.m., knocking, doing the doorbell ring, and then running away, leaving a Slurpee on the front porch, and we're still trying to figure out what was going on with that.
Yeah.
But by the footage, you can tell the kid's like 13 years old, turned out to the friend of the kid across the street. And yeah, mom and dad were pretty pleased when they found out their son was out at 3 a.m. when he was supposed to be in bed sleeping. Love to be a fly on the wall in that conversation.
Kids can't even play Nicky Nicky Nanner these days. What a
No,
joke.
they cannot.
Not even
Any more questions?
You said it was a 3-year term on
Yes,
this?
yes.
Also, do you pay yearly
Yeah, we have incentives for that, so you can choose to pay monthly, like for our cellular monitoring, it's $34.95 a month. If you want the total connect feature, like I just showed, there's an additional $5 per month. If you prepay the year, we will actually give you a free month of monitoring. So it's an incentive to obviously prepay the year and get us only a 3-year contract. My competitors who are doing the door knocking right now are locking you into 5 years and charging you about 17% interest on the equipment that they're putting in. Which is also buried deeply in their contract, which is about 5 pages long, and they're doing the hard sell on you on your front doorstep. I don't do any of that, and as of Monday, I'll have consumer financing in place, and I'll be offering some incentives at 0% for people who don't get into a home system, who don't quite have the funds together, and I'll be able to finance it now as well.
Is that orange logo company that's going door to door? Can't remember.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's
Yeah, that's the thing too, guys.
Yeah, Vivid, yeah.
When you're dealing with these sort of things too, it's not just about the size of the company, it's also about the support that comes with that company, like where people are located, where are they coming from, where this text dispatched out of, okay? It doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is. And the reason I say this, I have a client who I recently took over for another company, and he needed a new battery for his security system. It was 10 years old and he needed the replacement. They're $35, okay? If you want us to come and put it out, we charge about $30 to come out and put it in for you. It's not a big deal. For that company to come out and do it for him, $635 for the same battery, okay? And all they were doing was charging $200 to start the car, and they started charging him travel time from Vancouver to his house, and then the travel time back home. $634 for a $35 battery. So if people don't think local techs are important, I think that's an argument against that. So, and also you've got 17 years experience, and a guy like Gary who's behind the helm running this thing, he gets stuff done. As you can tell, he's not here this morning. Why? Because he had an assistant to deal with this morning, and last minute cherry picker came, he had to go pick it up. He got it done. So that's what we're about.
Well, thanks, Steve. Now I know